Live.
Live on a Friday night. We're going to be getting this party started in about
Oh,
10.
I just looked up and we're live.
Yeah, we are live. I've been working really hard at making this happen. I just got a notification on my phone. It says we're live.
You probably heard a ding on my phone. It says we're live.
Yay! It's Friday. Woohoo!
Hoorah. All right. So far, there's one person watching us. Soon it will be
Is that
1
yourself?
million. Yeah, probably.
Probably you.
Not entirely.
It's probably James.
No.
Yes, it's James.
I'm waiting for, come on. I'm waiting for the notices to pop over here so I can share.
Yep.
Hello, everybody watching us so far.
Help us spread the word. This video, this show this night is going to be so great. You guys are going to be laughing on the floor. So you may want to make sure you vacuum it and clean it up a little bit to make sure there's no dog hair on there, because you're probably going to be rolling on the floor laughing.
Absolutely. Okay, just now. All right, there's the share. We got 7 people watching so far. Everybody, tell me who you are, where you live, and what's your favorite color. Getting the shares up. We'll take a little bit of time tonight.
Spend the evening with this. Okay. I said tonight's going to be so funny. You have to watch it. Tell your friends. Yep.
Open.
I'm going to share this to our local group.
Hoorah.
Escondido friends.
I am. Wow. You know, you type and you're like, did I just type that?
Yes.
Okay, let me do one more share here. Get it up, get it going.
Group. I'm saying Escondido friends.
Post away, folks.
Filmed live from
Getting it done.
California and Indio, California.
Who is? All right, we are live. I've got it. Okay. We got a few people watching. All right, I've got my shares done. Let me see. If you're watching the show, you have to share. If you don't, then Surveyor will come to your house and throw hanks of beads at you. Hanks and hanks of beads. And it's not even the beads you want to order. It's like all the wrong colors.
Yes. So I actually just said, okay, it's filmed live from Escondido, California and Indio, California. A fun late night talk show about all kinds of fun. Hint, hint, there will be some Thanksgiving fun.
Hint, hint.
That's not a spoiler, right?
Well, you know, we did put on the with this week's promo that, you know, we're sharing Thanksgiving recipes.
Yeah.
That's a spoiler.
Yeah.
But, you know, folks, we're actually thinking about creating like a trailer, like a movie trailer for every week's show to promote it. Even though we do it live. I know that's a technical difficulty, but, you know, I'm looking at the big picture here. But can you imagine, like, get one of those announcer voices going, live this Friday night, James. Well, you know what? I'm just making it sound like a wrestling match. So let's just go with it.
Yeah, you are. But hey, you know, I'll be right back. I need to make sure I grab my snacks and my popcorn and all kinds of stuff so that I can.
Okay, while you do that, everybody, let me know how this sounds. Let's say that, like, you know, late night craft talk, like a wrestling match. Live from Escondido in Indio, California, we bring you the match of the century, late night craft talk.
Nice.
And then when it's time to start the show, we go, how does that guy sound when he starts wrestling matches? Wow, you know, I'm one of those guys that can remember everything. You know, you were doing it, you try to remember one name and you can't remember anybody's name, but you can remember everybody else's name, but the person you're trying to remember, that's me. All right. Lol, it's a hello. Let's see. Hello, Vivian. Hello back. She says hi, James and Savea. And then Dancing Bear Indian Trader says hi, guys. Well, apparently somebody's logged down as Dancing Bear Indian Trader. And Karen Lee, hello, Karen, says, LOL, it's a long way for Savea to come to South Dakota. Would be fun to see. I heard South Dakota is further than the Piggly Wiggly in Arkansas. And that's in Little Rock. And while we're waiting for Savea, we're going to be going live here in just about 3 minutes, everybody. Tell me, if anybody, have you ever had any of your relatives get married and they went to Little Rock, Arkansas for their honeymoon? Let me know. Still waiting for Savea.
I know. Chewy, come here. Come here, Chewy. My little Chewy boy.
Well, that's just conversation. We don't need to overhear Savea. McMahon, can't remember his first name. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember what was his line that he said when he started oh, let's get ready to rumble. Okay, I remember now. So we could start it off with late night craft talk starts now. Let's get ready to rumble. Does that sound like kind of wrong and off a bit?
Hey, I'm back.
Okay, we don't need to hear. We don't have to hear you go, Chewy, here come my little boy. Come on.
Yes, he's my little Chewy boy. Chewy, are you my Chewy boy? Yes, you are.
And that, everybody, is her pet hamster.
He's burped.
Your hamster burped?
Chewy just burped. He's like, burp.
All right. Hey, 2 minutes out. 2 minutes to go.
See, I'm getting my Dr. Pepper ready.
Gotcha. Maya says, hello, everyone. How was everyone's week? Well, let me tell you. Oh, wait. We'll save that for the show.
Busy, busy, busy.
You know what I'm drinking?
Pepsi.
Nope. Actually, Arizona tea, half and half iced tea lemonade, the Arnold Palmer special.
Ooh.
It's really good.
I think Dan would like that.
Does he like Arnold Palmer? He plays golf, right?
No, Dan doesn't play golf.
Well, I know they're knocking around. A little thing looks like a little teeny chicken egg around a big old pasture. Well manicured pasture too.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do that.
Okay. All right. It is 9:59.
Oh my gosh, it's already 9:59.
9:59. We're getting close. Let me eat another Cracker Jack.
Time is just going so fast. I can't believe how fast.
Chavez, is it true that you and Dan, when you both got married, you did your honeymoon over in Little Rock, Arkansas?
No, I didn't.
So it's true that it's not true?
No, actually, we went on our honeymoon to Disneyland.
There's definitely no Disneyland in Little Rock, Arkansas.
We went to Disneyland for a honeymoon, and we literally did not drive for like 4 days. And we like hung out at the pool. We went to House of Blues and watched what's their name? The group. Echo and the Bunnymen. It was an epic honeymoon. We had a lot of fun.
Well, so much for Little Rock. Hey, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. All right.
We ready for a countdown? Everybody count down with us. Here we go.
All right.
Ready, Savea?
Yes.
Here we go. 10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4.
3.
What comes after 6?
2.
1.
Let's go. Let's start the show.
All right. Showtime. Where's the little button? Here's the start button. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Savea Kamoriang and James Hermes. On this week's show, Thanksgiving recipes and big Thanksgiving traditions. If you're having to quarantine during the pandemic and can't have family over for Thanksgiving, then you know what? The crazy cat lady down the street would be great company on Thanksgiving. It's time to start the show. Do. Hello, Savea. Turn your camera on.
Trying to. My.
It's called
Oh, here we go. There we go.
And
Hold on.
I'm conducting. Everybody prepare yourselves to see Savea. Dow! Boom, there she is. That is not your office.
Yes, it is. It is my office. I actually have an office in what's it called?
Escondido. Don't you know you're not supposed to do live shows with scissors? As it's
No, I
like,
didn't.
I like how they're disappearing. Ooh, Zoom backgrounds.
I know. They're so much fun. You can be anywhere in the world you want to be.
No kidding. Matter of fact, I before we started the show, I was like, Savea, how's this background? And I went, how about Taco Cat? Because this is Taco Cat. Y'all take a pen and paper, write down Taco Cat.
Yes.
And now write it backwards. What's the spell? Taco Cat. Anyway, so I picked this one, and Savea goes, go with that one. All right. You like Taco Cat? She goes, no, it's because it's a lot of purple. And I'm like,
when you like sit in the middle of it, it's like you don't even see the cat. You just see purple all around you.
Which, let's just say Savea's not a complicated person on this one. All right. Drinking from Baby Yoda's head again. Apparently, you're just weird. You're sadistic as Baby Yoda in that episode of The Mandalorian last week.
Oh, it was actually, it was pretty good. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, no way. And I was like, gotcha. Did that really just happen? Yeah. So that was the episode. And then at the very end, it's like, how funny.
Gotcha. Well, I'll see it when I do the whole Disney, the trial of the trial of Disney Plus, and then watch it in like a few days time. I'll walk out going, this is the way. Anyway, what's up with Dancing Bear this week?
So, for those of you who don't know, San Diego is now in the purple tier. So, this week we decided that starting next week, we are going to be going back to appointments only because we have too many people that are coming at the same time to our store. And we want to kind of try to space people out from attending our store just because numbers are definitely going up in our area. So we're very concerned and we want everyone to be safe. So we're going to be doing the appointments, of course, masks, washing hands, and we're doing temperature checks. So that is for everyone's safety. And then also, we're not going to be doing a Thanksgiving sale this year, but we're going to be doing a Cyber Monday sale. So we're going to be getting ready all next week for that. But it's definitely, we decided to not do a Thanksgiving sale because we didn't want anyone to be rushing to come to our store. So we just figured it'd be better just to do a Cyber Monday sale. And we're going to have a lot of good stuff because actually it's our anniversary. Thanksgiving weekend is our anniversary. So that means that we opened our first store in 2008.
2000 when? 8. Yeah. 12 years.
Yep.
You're a preteen.
12 years of having our storefront. So it's pretty cool. So we're really excited about that. And so we're going to make it worth everyone's while to shop with us online.
Hoorah. So if I get in line.
I didn't get a chance to say something really quick. Wait, go for what you say, and then I'm going to say something.
Go. So go for it. Go for it. I'm polite.
No, you go for it.
No, you.
No, you.
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 All right, arm wrestle.
Okay.
Why are you going? We're both moving their same hand. What is with that? Are you setting yourself up to lose?
Okay. No, say what you're going to say.
No, you.
Okay. So.
All right, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Sorry.
Go for it now. Seriously?
Well, okay. There's no difference between us and rehearsal off the camera and in front of it.
So, okay. The one thing I want to tell you guys is that please make sure you tell people to follow our specific Facebook pages, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, set the notifications, click the like, all that kind of business. Okay. All right, continue. That's why I said you could say what you're going to say. Does
that include me too, or just Dancing Bears?
That's for everyone. It's for Elk Rack Traders and Dancing Bear.
Gotcha. Because Dancing Bears, I mean, They're doing like the the bears.
It's one bear. Yours is Traders, so you have Traders.
Yes, because there's multiple of me. God forbid. Okay, what's going? Just to get back what I was going to say now. If I got in line Thanksgiving night at 11:59 p.m., there will not be a Black Friday sale. You will not be opening up at midnight.
Will not be opening up at midnight.
So I would be waiting a few days.
You would literally wait till Cyber Monday, and then we would come out and say, "Why are you waiting here? You can go online and stay at home and shop."
Doesn't matter. First in line for the sales.
PJs. You can shop in your PJs.
Sleeping bag right there. I'll look pretty scraggly, but first there for the sales in line. Okay. Elk Rack.
What's going on with Elk Rack, Jane?
Elk Rack. Ooh, what a week. A number of things I was able to start making and get the website back up. Had to take a couple of pages down and was able to redo it because somebody was doing an SQL attack on our website last weekend.
What?
2,000 attacks over in the course of just over 2 hours. Had to yank those pages. They were trying to put the malicious code in. Luckily, the firewall is holding up, but I'm being overly cautious because I don't want. What you doing? I was not distracting people when you were talking about your business.
Okay.
Really. Horrible, terrible. Okay. But luckily website's up, it's better. I was able to run a couple tests on it and it's all solid, but a little late get some stuff up because I had to come up with a last minute order to do like 50 craft kits. And I was like, that's going to take half a day, but got her done. All's awesome. Be more stuff going up right after Thanksgiving weekend because next week be posting not so much just what artwork, but we talk about what inspires. Next week I'll be going down 80 miles of the lower Colorado River from Blythe, California to Yuma, Arizona, and posting pictures of some of my favorite places and just say, hey, here's what inspires, and sharing a lot of those on Elk Rack. And matter of fact, we do next Friday's show. I will be on the Colorado River way out there. I will be probably 20, as the crow flies, probably 20 miles from the nearest anything. And I'll be on top of a hill with the river behind me, and it'll be cool, and I'll be cold, but it'll be awesome. So that's what's going on with Elk Rack this week. Also, one little thing is like last weekend I did teach another canoe and kayak class, and I had to come over last Monday, and I went over to back up the trailer. It wasn't pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it kind of like the Peter Griffin situation where he constantly backed forward, he couldn't back the boat in and finally just ran his car into the ocean?
Well, I didn't have to do that because I was backing the trailer into a storage unit, but yeah, y'all, it took a while to do it. And here's a little peek of what it looked like. Oh, that's not it. That was carne asada I cooked this afternoon. How'd that get in there? That was just we're just gonna let that keep on going right there because it took a little while. All right, we might check in a little later, but we'll find out. All right, so are we ready for the next segment?
Sure.
Okay, everybody, that wasn't very enthusiastic.
Let's go for it. Oh, by the way, hey James.
Yes.
Look to your look behind your left corner, your left shoulder.
Because I have a corner of the green screen off.
Because the cat is looking at behind your shoulder.
Is it creeping you out?
No, it's funny.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, we're good. All right. So for the next segment, we're going to talk about vague Thanksgiving traditions.
Yes.
And there's a couple real interesting ones in this. So let's get that going. Let's take a look for everybody. All right. Vague, we have tonight vague Thanksgiving traditions. Now I can't do visuals on this because of, it wasn't good for the Creative Commons. Copyright could be a pain in the butt. But first one is frozen turkey bowling. Frozen turkey bowling is exactly what it sounds like. In place of balls and pins, folks roll frozen turkeys towards rows of bottled soft drinks. Invented 1988, the pseudo sport is best played down the aisle of the frozen section at a local grocery store. You know what the essential workers are doing before opening. Maybe
You
that's where the toilet paper is going.
You think they're really doing that? Like
Yeah.
in the aisles of people's food that they're going to eat?
Maybe not so much in 2020, but maybe that's where the toilet paper is going because, we're going through a shortage again nationwide. And, essential workers are using that to clean up the mess with the frozen turkeys going down the aisles. All right. Second tradition is the turkey toss. I'm trying to think of a joke here, but it ain't going to work for tonight's show. All right. If you thought you were supposed to flip turkeys like a pizza dough, you've been led astray. But all the same, every year there are people who congregate to test how far and how high they can sling frozen turkeys.
Wow.
You think that's sounds of a waste of a turkey? You are correct. Well, that's another one, frozen turkey toss. Third one is the turkey trot, where people actually dress in costumes and do like a mini marathon. This year's probably virtual 5K, so you'll have a person probably dressed in a turkey costume running around the neighborhood doing a virtual 5K, at which point the neighbors will think they've been isolated way too long in this quarantine.
Or they think they're crazy. They just think they're crazy.
And now we're going to go Yeah, it's crazy. We're going to go international. We introduced the Christmas dinner.
Yes, I've heard about that.
This could be, I've heard it as being substitute. It's being used, kind of been crossing over to Thanksgiving traditions. And this is actually British.
Mm-hmm.
And they will actually can scrambled eggs and bacon, mincemeat pie, turkey potatoes, gravy, bread sauce, cranberry sauce, Brussels sprouts with stuffing or broccoli with stuffing, roast carrots and parsnips, and Christmas pudding.
Yes.
In a can.
Yes.
Did you just have to like chop it in layers and do it meal by meal, or how's that work?
It makes perfect sense because like you could eat it in an entire day. Like that's your entire day of food, So you start with the eggs and bacon. I would just, kind of just eat that and put it aside and then do whatever you're going to do on Thanksgiving, start putting out your Christmas decorations and then go for your lunch. And then you take your lunch and then eat some more layers. And then you go for your dinner and eat
You do that, but that's like really small portions.
Well, I guess those Brits don't eat a lot of food on Christmas Day. I don't know. I mean, here people like what they say they're like $4,000 calorie meals when you're eating like the turkey and the stuffing and the potatoes and the yams and the green bean casserole and the chips and the olives and like all that stuff. And then with pumpkin pie.
Yeah, and then all the turkey because of the melatonin in the turkey, I believe it is, that makes you go to sleep. It's like it's like a bad Stephen King novel, I would think. You're like, eat all this food, 4,000 calories, you get tired, you go to sleep, you wake up and went, how do I get fat in one meal? Yep.
A lot of calories.
Yeah, and then people fall asleep during the football. All right.
You get too excited. Well, maybe there's an intention there because then it'll get too crazy over the Thanksgiving bowl games.
I haven't been home on Thanksgiving in like 7 years.
Okay.
I've been on the river, including this time. All right. You know what? I'm wondering, how do you think that trailer's doing?
Yeah, take a look.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a look at, we're going to check in on backing up the trailer. Let's take a look, see. All right, how's it looking? Wow. That has taken a while to bag that trailer in that storage unit.
Huh? What the heck? It's so funny.
Yeah, let's just say it's taken a while. Yeah. Wow, I really hope the best to me that's backing that trailer. No wonder I'm not doing very well. I'm distracted doing the show right now.
I know, right?
Okay. You hungry?
But I'm eating M&Ms.
I'm eating Cracker Jacks.
Okay.
Show them. Show it. Cracker Jacks. And those of you that make our drinks, Pepsi and Dr. Pepper, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving and thank you for your drinks. And if you're really thankful, you'll help support Late Night Craft Talk.
Oh, M&M's, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, and Cracker Jacks. There you go.
Okay. It's like 4 sponsors. All right. I think people are, they're going, all right, this is funny. That's fine. Yeah, I'm laughing, but I want to know how to cook this new recipe. Y'all ready for the next section?
Sure. Let's
Okay. Let me introduce everyone to the big night. Everybody loves a cooking show. We bring you Late Night Craft Talks, Thanksgiving dinner recipes. Everybody loves this. All right. Who's first?
Well, I have more of like an entree kind of food. What about you?
Dessert.
Okay.
Well,
so-
here's the thing. Is it if you eat the dessert for dinner, that's your dinner. And if you eat your dinner for dessert, that's dessert. You just got to expand the mind of the possibilities. It's like the people that eat like egg rolls thinking, why am I eating a side for dinner? It's a side. Well, no, it's your dinner.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Do you think that people should eat their entree for dessert when they're dessert for entree?
Or dessert for dinner, entree for dessert, and then for secondsies, main course.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I think it's safe that somebody has to do that at some point in a family gathering because that'll be less pumpkin pie for everyone else.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want anyone to take advantage of that situation.
No. Matter of fact,
whipped cream and there's no more whipped cream. And that would be really bad.
you know what? It's just if you get your favorites, the deviled eggs, the pumpkin pie, the whipped cream, and just pile it on each other. And eat it like, huh?
Just take a blender and throw everything in and then blend it together and just drink it.
That's just weird. Well, I'm thinking if the British can make that tinner and all that stuff in that thing, and then they slice it up and eat it with one meal, why can't you do that with the turkey and the deviled mashed potatoes and everything else on top of the pumpkin pie?
Maybe.
Well, you know what? There's a reason why we run the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Brits. Okay. All right. Shall I go or you?
Go yours first.
All right. Let's do mine first. Everyone, for our recipe, I am making the greatest, wonderfulest. Do you think it's something with pumpkin?
No. Why would it be with pumpkin?
Because it is something with pumpkin.
Okay.
Undoubtedly, because, pumpkin solves a lot of things. I once woke up with a cold, a headache, and a broken leg. Pumpkin pie cured it.
Wow.
Especially the decapitated head.
I did not know that pumpkin pie was the cure-all.
Medical science doesn't do that, but, the whole mainstream medicine, I like to think of like alternative medicines, homeopathic recipes dealing with pumpkin pie. Everybody, This is me making pumpkin cake. Hello, I'm James Hermes from Late Night Craft Talk. And for my portion of the show for this Thanksgiving cooking dinner recipes, I'll be making pumpkin cake. Why pumpkin? Well, as a lot of you have watched the news over the last week, you saw that there's a lot of the vaccinations are being ready and cures for COVID-19. And the main ingredient of that is pumpkin. Thank you, Thanksgiving. Something else to be thankful for. We have our ingredients set out right here, including vanilla cake mix, 4 whole eggs, pumpkin pie spice, pumpkin puree, and instant vanilla pudding. First, we're going to put in the dry ingredients. We're going to put in the vanilla cake mix. And it goes, the whole box. All of it looks like fresh powdered snow. It's winter in Southern California. Doesn't make sense. We measure snow in our local mountains by the hours, sometimes by the days. Next we put in the Jell-O pudding. Put that in, all the dry ingredients. Now we're going to add the pumpkin pie spice. Dump it in. Make sure it's all in there. Now we're going to do the eggs. Dump it all in. Unborn chickens. And now we're going to add in the pumpkin puree. I thought it was pronounced puree. Apparently there's a difference. It's puree. So we put all that in. Get it in there. You want about 2 cups of this. Okay. You want 1 cup of this. I was corrected by my off-camera coach. All right, let's put it in the blender. I forgot to tell y'all, you got to put in a couple cups of milk. 1 cup of milk, as my off-camera coach just told me. Let's put it in the blender. There we go. Make sure it's locked in place. All right, it's locked in place. Let's lower it down. Set it for medium, which would be 4, and off it goes. Mix well. I'm getting dizzy. I think I'm going to throw up. Yep, I'm dizzy from watching that. Once you have had the cake mix in the blender and it's blended well, after probably about 2.5 minutes, pour it in the cake pan. Let's get that poured in there. Good stuff. Make sure it's in that cake pan nice and even. I'll have to even that out, obviously. I'm just pretending like, well, I'm just looking at that blender blade that definitely needs to be licked clean. Let's get that in there nice and even. Might have to lick that bowl. Just remember when you take the cake mix out of the blender to lick clean the batter off the whippy thing. Blade, whatever it's called. Very important. Almost as good as chocolate chip cookie dough. Make sure it's nice and even in that cake pan. Can't make any sandcastles with this. And remember, don't lick the frosting. Off the blender blade twisty thingy is good. This is not. So let's make it nice and even. Work on it. It kind of moves around like a bowl of Jell-O. Well, it's got Jell-O in it. So that's awesome. In here, if you want to sneak some other secret ingredients just to make it more pumpkin-y, you might add a pumpkin. Not a whole pumpkin because that would be obvious and it wouldn't be much of a cake. So let's forgo the whole pumpkin this time. Looks nice and almost even there. That's just about ready to put in the oven now. Hoorah. Once you have that cake mix evenly done, you want to stick it in the oven. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Stick it in there awesome. Remember, don't add a whole pumpkin to it because, you know, won't fit in the oven too well. Anyway, close the oven, set a timer for 23 to 25 minutes, and then pumpkin cake. I will warn you, if you set it for 26 minutes, the pumpkin cake will come alive as a giant kaiju and destroy Tokyo. Bad, 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 especially on Thanksgiving. Bad American diplomacy. After 25 minutes, and definitely not 26 minutes, you can take the pumpkin cake out of the oven and put it on the stovetop. Let's get ready to add some frosting. While the cake is cooling off for about 30 minutes, now it's time to make the frosting. You're going to use some butter at room temperature, 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature. Let's go just dump that in there right quick. Get some of this extra stuff, dump it in there. That's eventually going to go in the blender in a minute. And once we put it in the blender, the rest of the ingredients will be 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla, and some pumpkin pie spice that is homemade out of ground cinnamon, ground ginger, and cloves that we already have mixed together right there. Let's put it in the blender. Take the bowl that has the sugar and the cream cheese, put it on, and I said earlier a blender. I meant a mixer. Whoopsie me, I'm a guy. Put it down, and then mix together on low until it comes out kind of fluffy. We're letting it do its thing right there. While still mixing low, let's put in a tablespoon of vanilla. Awesome. And next we're going to put in the powdered sugar. In it goes while it's mixing. Get in there, powdered sugar. Imagine the street value of powdered sugar. Oh, okay, here we go. Looking good. And now we're going to add in the pumpkin pie spice. All right, mixing good. Looks real awesome. I'm looking at it, staring at it, and I think I'm getting motion sickness. I'm going to throw up, but not on the pumpkin pie, which is good because I'll have room for the pumpkin cake. I meant said pumpkin pie. I meant pumpkin cake. Either way, it's pumpkin. Need to let this go on high for about 2 minutes. I've been staring at it. I think I'm hypnotized. Yep, I'm hypnotized. I'm thinking of pumpkin cake. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Now that it's all whipped up, we actually want to take it out, and I'm walking out to the freezer out in my garage. That happens to be the home, if you watch the videos, to Elk Rack Studios. We're going out here, and we're going to pop it in the freezer for about, 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and put it right in there. Let it freeze. By then, the cake should be just cool enough, pure awesomeness. Now that the frosting is cold, let's add it to the top of the pumpkin cake. Got a nice even layer. Basically, we're putting pumpkin on pumpkin. I'm already getting hungry. Yep, I'm hungry. I might just have dessert before dinner, which if that's the case, you know, you want to be subjective what constitutes a dinner. This could be dinner, and then what you normally have for dinner could be dessert. Either way, it's a win-win. Let's get that on there good so we can make a happy face. I know I've got a happy face. It's like a awesome frosting you see in a pumpkin or cupcake. All right, pumpkin pie cake. I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a while, let it cool off, be ready to serve. But there's probably made just a little bit too much frosting because I got a bowl I gotta clean out in a spatula. Win-win. And now I'm eating.
Really delicious. Oh my goodness. Yummy.
This is what I cooked. It was just a couple hours ago. It's been in the fridge. While the video's playing, I went over and got my slice, and I'm trying it for the first time.
Yeah.
And I believe I hear angels singing. And there is, I believe, a rainbow hitting me from a flying unicorn going overhead.
The cat's like, hey, can I have some?
No.
Look at, you see him? He's
Bad
like,
kitty.
He's like, hey.
No, kitty. No.
He's like, I'll just stare at you with my green eyes.
Well, just say that the rays of sunshine coming out of Taco Cat are real because of pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually really good.
I think that you need to share that recipe so, you know, people can make it at home. Yeah.
What?
You want to share that recipe, or is that like a secret recipe?
This is what I'm planning for world domination. People want it, and I'll sell it to them for their allegiance.
Okay, you heard it here first. So starting tomorrow, you can order a pumpkin pie cake from James. You just need to call his personal cell phone and call him several times a day and order and bug him to death for it.
Savea, I'm posting your address on the internet.
I will put your direct phone number on the internet.
Remember when I say I have a I have a account for a fake business number?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really, folks. I just making that up. That's okay, because I have a business line that's connects to the cell phone, and I can port it, especially when I'm on like last September, where I'm gone for 2 weeks, and there's no way to reach me except for my satellite messenger, which you said you never got any of my text because I was spamming Savea for my satellite messenger on the river, but I have it so I can port over to somebody else so they can run. Yeah, I had my family running the management end of Elk Rack while I was gone.
Yes.
I can port that and customize it and put your phone. Otherwise, I'm posting your diary and your home address on the internet.
All right, cool.
All right. So, well, you tried to make it personal. Though, when I looked up your home address, you told me it was at. You really live at a Walmart?
No, I live at a Target.
How do you say Walmart and if with a French accent to make it sound fancy?
It's no fancy way
Walmart.
Walmart.
I go shopping. My clothes are all Walmart.
Yeah, no, that doesn't happen.
Just like Target.
Target is much more elegant, I think.
All I know is I feel a new quarantine was commercial coming on. All right. You ready to show what you're going to make for Thanksgiving to share that recipe?
So the recipe I'm sharing with you guys, this is actually my grandmother's recipe for making stuffing. It's one of my favorite things of Thanksgiving dinners to always have stuffing. And for many years, I was actually making this specific recipe the way my grandmother made it. And one of my neighbors, about probably over 10 years ago, she had said that she always had made her stuffing with Hawaiian bread. And I was like, oh, that sounds really good because
Mm-hmm.
bread is just really good.
That almost sounds as good as pumpkin.
Yeah. And so we used to just use white bread, half wheat. So it'd be white and wheat stuffing. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to try my grandmother's recipe. And instead of using the bread that I used before, I'm going to use Hawaiian bread. And since I've used Hawaiian bread, it has become like the family favorite to eat every Thanksgiving. And even my sister says, can you make an extra pan to bring over? Because I just want to eat that by itself. And
I love how you done it and you took the recipe and you owned it.
yeah, so I took my grandmother's recipe and how she made her stuffing, and we just changed it just like one ingredient, and it is so good. Everyone always is like, "Oh, so good." So I,
Severe, how
yeah,
good is it?
it's so good. It's so good. It's like, mm.
Can I try emphasizing that?
Yeah, yeah. Try.
It is so good.
That's kind of like a scary, like.
No, it's intense. It's supposed to be intense. One more time. One more time.
Okay, okay.
It is so good.
Yes. And you're like,
Okay, I'm gonna try that. Let me try it. It is so good. All right. I want to see this.
all right. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my screen and I'm gonna share my thing here. Let's see.
Share, share, share.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Okay.
Ooh, we got this whole long preamble waiting to the video. This is awesome.
Everyone always like here. I know because I get like a really funny thing because whoop. Here we go. And your onions together. And then you're going to be adding the celery. Over. All right, so I just added the celery because
This looks all professional. Did you have Dave Uchensky film this for you?
nope.
All right.
Okay, so you're going to melt your butter and your onions together, and then you're going to be adding the celery. All right, so I just added the celery, and what we're going to do is we're going to cook these until they all are soft. We want to make sure they're thoroughly cooked. Makes them super good because when you add them to the bread and you add in the, you bake the actual dressing. We actually bake the dressing separate, completely separate from the turkey, so that we don't have to worry about any raw meat juice on these. But usually what I'll do is I'll cook this until it's all soft, and that's what we're gonna wait for the next step on this stuffing. Super yummy. It's already smelling really good. And then you want to chop them into little bits. This size bits, it's good. These are maybe a little too big. I didn't miss these. but usually you want them like little bits, like little bits. So you can put onion and celery goodness in every single bite. So this is the Hawaiian bread. I do suggest using Hawaiian bread specifically because it definitely has a flavor that you cannot change or you cannot replicate, even if they say there's replicated patterns, recipes. So I usually use the rolls because I can get them at Costco and get like a lot for not as much. You can also use, they have loaves. They're a little easier to cut into little cubes. We want to make sure to cut in all of these into little cubes. So when I cut, I usually cut I cut it horizontally, and then I start cutting it so then I can get little cubes of these. Okay, so I just took the lid off and see how I have a little bit of browning. That looks good. And I'm going to add a little bit more butter because I want to make sure that it's lots of nice and buttery. I'm going to be adding sage, and I'm going to be adding some Lowry salt to get some extra flavor in there. It's going to be really good. So I made chicken stock with better than bouillon. And what I did was I actually made about 4 cups for this small recipe. And you may want to make more just to make sure you have enough for when you add the bread to the previous mixture. Okay, guys, this is fully cooked. I just added sage. And this is my Lowry salt container. So usually you can use any kind of rubbed sage. That's the kind that we're going to use for this type of seasoning. Okay. And what I did was I cooked this with the butter. And what I did was I took a spoon and I just kind of took just a little bit here and just tasted it. Because this is where you're going to taste the flavor. You want to make sure you taste the sage in here. And it's a little salty. Now I have prepared in the other pan the broth, so that's ready to go. Okay, and then in what I usually do when I cut up the bread, this is kind of a neat trick to do. So here is the bread that I cut up. I just put it into this bag until ready to use. There's no holes in the outer bread bag, so it's actually a perfect bag to put it in. Okay, so now as I start mixing this in, I put the heat down to low so that it's going to be a little bit more, the temperature is going to drop down. This is fully cooked, super yummy, okay, and it's a little buttery. You can see there's just a little bit of butter in, and we're going to fill it in with the broth to make it have a little bit of moisture, okay? So I'm going to start adding this in, and when I'm adding this in, I'm going to mix it together. And you want the bread to be kind of dry, but at the same time, you want to still make sure that it really gets all of that flavor in there. And you're just going to continually mix until we get this all in there. And this is okay. So you're going to melt your butter and your onions together. Be a little bit more, the temperature is going to drop down. This is fully cooked, super yummy, okay, and it's a little buttery. You can see there's just a little bit of butter in, and we're going to fill it in with the broth to make it have a little bit of moisture, okay. So I'm going to start adding this in, and when I'm adding this in, I'm going to mix it together, and you want the bread to be kind of dry, but at the same time, you want to still make sure that it really gets all of that flavor in there. And you're just going to continually mix until we get this all in there. And this is kind of I'm showing you, I'm going to give the full recipe, but I'm kind of doing a small batch today. Because when I do a full batch for the day, it's usually a little bit more. That's my mom's silly dog, Rocky. So usually I'll do this, a bigger batch of it for the day, because usually people are like, I want some to take home. So I usually make some extras. So you can already see the bread is getting a little bit moist from that. And I have about half the bag in here. So I'm going to put the full bag in. This can be a little messy. Okay. So just be careful when you mix it so you can make sure you don't make a big old mess. Okay, so there's that. And then you can notice that it's starting to get a little dry, but that is perfect, because then what we're going to do is we're going to add, we want to just kind of mix the whole thing so it's kind of, it's not just, the bread is not completely dry. So this is pretty good mixture. You want to make sure it's kind of just evenly mixed, you know. Okay, then we're going to start adding the soup to it. My ladle spoon. Okay. We're going to just kind of just put this on top. And you want to make sure that it's kind of, we want to kind of soak it, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the, we're going to bake this when we're done. Okay, so I'm going to mix it a little bit more. So you can see it's starting to get a little bit more kind of like a bread pudding look, where it's starting to kind of have a forming. It's looking good. It's looking super delicious. Already, I can tell. It's like, yummy. So I just want to make sure you kind of make sure that onion celery mixture is fully mixed through. I'm going to whack that dog. You have to do it during the filming, of course, right? Okay, so there's this. I'm going to add one more scoop of this, just to make sure that I have like a lid. I want it to be a little bit kind of wet. Okay, so now I'm about ready to put it in. Like I said, this is a small batch. I probably would have used a bigger pan, like a stew pan, to kind of mix the stuff in, because usually this gets to be too big for this kind of pan. If I'm doing like a normal kind of, usually do a double, triple of this size here. So I just packed this in. It's ready to go in the oven. I'm going to bake it at 350 for probably about 20 minutes. I just want to make sure that the inside, the top kind of browns a little bit. It doesn't need to be in for a really long time, because there's no raw juices on it, so you don't have to worry about the getting sick from eating it where it's not 100% cooked. Everything in this one is fully cooked, so you guys can eat away. If you really wanted to eat it right now, you really could, because it's so delicious. So anyway, I hope you enjoy our my tutorial about this.
In video. And unshare. Let me do that. Let me do that. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. And boom. Okay. So then you need to unmute yourself.
Thank you. I
All
actually,
right.
while I was doing I was replying, I bumped the phone, and I was like, oh shoot, like I messed up.
Oopsie.
Yeah. So it's craziness.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it is so good. Oh my goodness. It's like my favorite. I could eat it every day. It's just like, yeah.
Gotcha. Maya says, do y'all prefer turkey or ham or other for the main dish? I prefer turkey, and I like making a wish on the wishbone.
Oh yeah.
Turkey main course, or what do you do?
We
Ham.
usually do turkey. Every once in a while we'll do turkey and ham, because we just have so many people here that come usually. We're not doing that many. We're not doing a dinner this year because obviously, situation, and Dan's family isn't coming out, because normally if Dan's family comes out, then we have about 12 people. So it's a large family.
Are you just doing in-house?
Yeah.
Just household?
Yeah.
Usually my family will do turkey and ham. And, usually got several people, but different this year also. But considering this will be my 7th Thanksgiving in a row on the river, typically what I actually do is what's become a tradition over the last previous 6 years actually was my first time shooting the whole lower Colorado, because usually that's how I spend the month of November. I met a couple friends at a place called 4S, which I'll be at next Friday's show. I'll be at a place called 4S. It's a old ranch site you can drive to. It's like 30 miles of dirt road just to get there from Winter Haven near Yuma, and you drive up and across the desert. Anyway, stopped there, met a couple people named Josh and Karen Heitzelman, and we're like, hey, and then I went through there. I stopped at 4S the next year, and I saw the same couple camping there, and we started talking, hit it off, and ever since then, they meet me there at Thanksgiving, whether I'm a solo or I have a team with me, and Josh comes over and he deep fries a turkey every year, and that's been our tradition the last four Thanksgivings.
That's cool.
And won't quite happen this year. I won't be able to meet him till Saturday, but we're doing the turkey.
Cool. That sounds like a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
I won't be able to meet him till we get down to a place called Ferguson Lake, but it'd be pretty cool. So we're continuing it. It's pretty awesome. Neatest couple, just the people you meet on some of these adventures. So because they've become good friends over the years. It's awesome. All right. Vivian asks, now I want to fix your stuffing and the pumpkin cake. I see we're undue influence on Vivian.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is we're going to have to put our recipes so we can share. And I think everyone's going to have to make it at home and tell us what they think.
All right. My post, I will add my recipe, and actually let's do a text file, text between each other, and we'll post each of our recipes.
Yeah, I think we should share the link to the recipe like on a Google file, the Google Doc file.
Yeah, I won't have time to get that up. I'll have to get that up tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, so it's going to definitely be up. We're going to have the links up after the show. But yeah, I definitely want to share this recipe as my grandmother's recipe because it's just so good and everyone should totally love it. It's so wonderful.
And don't forget the Hawaiian bread, because Vivian also said she loves the Hawaiian bread.
Yeah, the Hawaiian bread makes a significant difference in the actual flavor. And I cannot even tell you how much it changed. Like my whole family is like, that's the best thing you ever did to it. And it was all from my neighbor who made that suggestion. So it was really great. Great suggestion.
I'm loving it. So, shall we check in on the trailer?
Yeah, let's check in on the trailer.
All right, everybody. Let's just see how long it takes to back that trailer in. So let's take a look. See. Share and. It is taking a while to back that trailer in.
I don't know what's going on here. You're like
taking a while.
No, you're an expert kayaker. Why can you not back up? I mean, what is that?
Backing a trailer is actually it. I can back up fine. Watch. Don't see me going just to back the chair once. I can back. I'll be back.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, we've got a few people asking actually, and I've got some private messages. Can you please share your recipe? I'm like, yes, we will be sharing our recipes, definitely. All right, with that, we're moving on to our next segment for the show. Start rounding it off the show here. And Savia, we wanted to keep this a surprise. You've been telling people virtual craft night on Sundays and Thursdays. Something, and apparently everybody in the show knows something our audience and you know something about the show tonight. I do not.
Yeah.
So shall we bring in that next segment then? Yeah. Let me do the title. Let me bring up the title because you told me not to look at it.
Yeah. So James, so let me tell people about this. So
well, can I bring up the title?
Sure, bring up the title.
I'm doing all this effort to put it in there and not look at it. Let me do that at least. Okay, everybody, we have Quarantino's Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes. Quarantine.
Okay, that's news. Thanksgiving, let me say it right. Quarantino's Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
You didn't.
Yes. So,
okay.
So I was on the phone with Earl,
The spokesman for Quarantino's.
yes, and he told me about this new product that they are developing, and I actually convinced him to let us be test subjects.
Really?
Yes, yes. So I actually got your mom on the hook, and Vicky's been helping me. So you knew you got a box for me, but you didn't know what was inside.
I know we got a box and we had to stick it in the fridge. It's kind of making sense. And I'm hoping, I don't know what you're going to have snakes popping out of the box or what, but
yeah. So
all right, so what am I doing?
I talked with Vicky and she helped me. She helped me by heating it up for you. Okay. So she actually heated it up and she was going to have it prepared for you.
Is that Mochi barking or is that your tinner?
It's Mochi.
Okay.
Yes, it's Mochi.
I'm just assuming that. Okay, so what am I doing?
So I don't know. Do you like? Did Vicky bring it over to you yet?
It's sitting off to the side because you got your peanut gallery. I got mine, and I'm being told it's ready. So, okay. So I have to go get something.
So I need to get Dan to bring it over. So I'm texting him right now.
Okay, so I need to go over and grab my thingy.
Yes.
It's waiting for me.
Yes.
We'll be back very, very, very quickly. Let me go get it.
You guys are gonna laugh because it's seriously, he has no idea. Oh wait, he's back.
What the hell is this? Look at this label. Quarantino's Thanksgiving dinner. And there's a lot of, let me get the camera. Let me activate another camera and show it on this one.
Okay.
So y'all can see a close-up of this label. What in the heck have you got me doing here? Okay, let me do a close-up of this label. All right, look at this. It says Quarantino's Thanksgiving dinner. Now made with real turkey flavor. And let me move my camera right quick. Okay, let's scroll over here. One day of meals in a can, heat them up and enjoy with eggs and Spam, cranberry sauce, turkey stuffing, Brussels sprouts, mashed potatoes, candy yams, and pumpkin pie. Look over here. Package 11/1/2017, expired 11/1/2020. Well, it's not slightly out of date and it doesn't have the shelf life of MREs, but it's expired. I can tell Savea's trying to do a coup d'etat. And look at this, because I'm looking at the camera here. Look at the nutritional facts. One serving per container, 1 can, 4,000 calories, total fat 100 milligrams, 128%, saturated fat 100%, 20 grams of trans fat, polysaturated fats 20 grams, poly something else fats 20 grams, and goes on and on. Y'all can probably see it here. And in the fine print, there's 0 potassium, 2% iron, 0% vitamin D, and protein is 6%. But the total sugars is 549 grams, includes 765 grams of added sugars and sugar alcohol, but it's 1,530%. And ingredients are high fructose syrup, MSG, imitation turkey, sodium nitrate, which is fertilizer, saccharin, and other imitation flavors. So that's the close-up of the can, y'all. That was the close-up I looked at.
And guess what? You get
I
to,
do this for our audience, not for you.
yeah, well, you guys,
And you.
I have one too. Whoop, my background's in. I have one too. So, what are your ingredients, James?
I just showed them.
Look at, see, look at my ingredients. Look at it says
It's crossed out with eggs and spam.
Spam is crossed out. Isn't that weird? Like,
And mine is not.
why would they leave that on there? When was
Because-
when was yours packaged?
We showed on there 11/1/2017, and the expiration date was a couple weeks ago.
Wait, you know what? I'm sure it was in the freezer. So it's probably okay for you to
It arrived at room temperature.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Is yours really nice and hot? Like mine is like really hot right now. I can
Little
like
green fumes coming off it.
I can barely like touch it with my hands because my hands will like
Let's
burn.
get this over with.
Okay, James. Can I open it?
Open from the bottom, or what do I do?
No, so open it from the top. I think Vicky opened it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to try it. See,
Okay, everybody. Apparently I'm spotlighted. Surveyor, remember to let's change that because when we spotlight during the live show, it keeps on jumping back and showing all of us. Here's what's inside. That looks like eggs and spam. So am I just dumping it out in one on the plate or what?
I don't know. You want to try? I mean, you can try doing that, or I don't know what the best thing is. You want to take a knife, like for cranberry, you have to like take a knife and cut it out because otherwise it won't pop out. You may need a knife.
It's coming. It's coming. I'm just trying to make it all over the floor. It's coming layer by layer.
It's actually like a meal.
It's actually coming out. It's actually coming out layer by layer. It's not bad. It has a distinct aroma.
I know. Look at it. Looks like a meal. Look at that.
I don't know if I can get the mashed potato that layer out. Nope, that's not coming out.
No, I think what it is, you need a knife to cut it because I think I read on the label that there was marshmallow in there.
That was not on the label. Let me scoop some of it out here.
Candy yams.
Okay, I got the rest of it coming out. There's the bread pudding. Wow. At least it came out in layers and not as one like funky vertical casserole. Okay, this is what the plate looks like.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks really good.
Looks like a plate of dinner.
That looks like a full plate of Thanksgiving dinner.
In a can.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Empty yours. We're doing this at the same time.
Okay.
Spotlight yourself.
Okay. Let's see. I'm changing this to gallery view. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna drop my camera down so it's looking at me a little bit more while I'm opening this, and I'm gonna turn the background off because it's gonna disappear. Okay.
This way you won't get caught switching it off camera.
Oh,
Because
you
Dan has a pizza next to you.
You think I would do that? Come on.
Yes.
Why would I do that? I'm a very honest person. Look at. Okay. You want me to take it out?
I just did it. You did it. You do it.
Okay. You want me to take it out of the whole thing? Like just dump it? It's hot.
Oh, come on. I got it layer by layer. You're getting.
It's hot.
It's coming out. This is working.
Oh my God, look at it has pumpkin pie in the bottom. It has pumpkin pie in the bottom. Look at that.
Makes it wonderful. Mine
Wow.
doesn't.
Wow.
Apparently we got switched.
This is really good.
All right. You ready?
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. I had like a pumpkin pie. Oh, that's like pumpkin pie right there. Look, it's like the cake layers, and then the it looks good.
I'm taking a bite. Dip your
Okay.
camera up.
Tilt the camera up. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
Bread pudding's not bad.
Mm.
Let me try the layer came out with like the
You're
cranberries, turkey, and
talking stuffing.
eggs
Mm.
in one layer, which could go together.
It's so good.
What do you think?
This is not bad.
Yeah, like I can't believe that this is a legit, like, it's so good.
Here's the swear if I get food poisoning in the morning. Okay. This is not bad.
So you guys, this is definitely a 10.10 thumbs up. Quarantino's Thanksgiving dinner. I think that the Earl was saying it's $10.99 a can.
At Walmart or Target.
And look at it's even made in the USA, so you can actually like you can made in the USA. And actually, like this is definitely an American size serving, right? Look at
USA.
like 2 people could eat this. This is a lot. This is like your dinner, your breakfast, your dinner, it's a lot.
That is a lot of food.
Yes. Wow.
I'll be honest, the smells like maybe everything mixed together is kind of like, what? I'm glad it came out in like layers because, you're eating instead of, a full meal and a bite, a full day's meal.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not at all.
This is so great. Ah.
Yeah. Considering I've been eating MSG and, fertilizer, according to the label.
Wow.
The things we do for the show.
That was really great.
Yeah. I'm going to wash it down. Actually.
I think that
Not bad.
I think that high fructose corn syrup, MSG, imitation turkey, sodium nitrate, saccharin, and other imitation flavors make it an amazing, amazing meal choice. And actually, like one thing I noticed, look, it comes with now made with real turkey flavor.
Yeah, well, let's not mention that the monosaturated fat, let's say the sodium is only 155% of daily servings.
That's not bad.
No.
Even the fat is only 128% of your natural everyday servings.
This is real can with a real label. All right.
Oh my goodness. Wasn't that fun?
We're gonna be much on the rest of the show here. All right, shall we move on with next week, who we have featuring next week?
Yes.
Okay, folks, don't mean to change the tone here a little bit, but we have what Savannah and I feel is a very special show we want to share next week. And let me get the graphic up here right quick for you. So we're going to do a little follow-up explaining this and how you can help us make next week's show even more interesting.
Yes.
And so it's a little different twist for us. Next week's guest is going to be Eva Velasquez from the Identity Theft Resource Center. And Savannah and I will talk about that a little bit more here in a minute, but they will be talking about identity theft during the holiday season. It is a big problem, but to kind of keep things going, because remember what we do on big holiday weekend shows, it's also game show night. It's a chance for you, the audience, to be on our show as a contestant on our game show. Shall I give the name of the game show for next week? Keep it a surprise.
You can tell them.
Okay. We're not doing the match game this time. We're doing a show called the Christmas Dash. Yeah, that's all we're going to tell you, but we got a cool format and we need contestants. So let me unshare that right there. Okay.
It's definitely going to be worth your time. You're going to love it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's prizes.
Savannah, I've been spending a lot of time on this. It's going to be cool. A whole new game show concept we're doing. Just keep things fresh for everybody. Are we still looking for contestants, I assume? Okay. We're looking for 3 contestants. If you'd like to be on the show, email us at latenightcrafttalk@gmail.com and let us know you'll be on the show. And we'll give you, it is really. We'll give you the Zoom account information when you come on. We'll talk to you. And we said we need 3 contestants for the game show next week, and you get prizes. Other part, the Identity Theft Resource Center. You mean talk about more about this part?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's we're doing a special airing for this one.
A special airing. Okay. Eva's actually not going to be able to be on the show next Friday. So we're actually going to be pre-recording that segment of the show this Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what we need is people to come onto the Zoom to watch the presentation. We will be doing a Q&A with Eva. And we feel this is very important. I've had some experience with identity theft. Savea has, her mom has. We'll be talking about that. We got a couple wow stories for you to kind of give a victim impact statement. And like I said, we'll be doing that presentation this Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like to be on that, we strongly encourage you to, because this is a very important subject. Let us know, message us on Facebook, email Dancing Bear, email Elk Rack, email latenightcrafttalk@gmail.com. Let us know who you're interested in, and we will send you that the sign information for Zoom. We're not putting it publicly out there because we don't need any Zoom bombers.
I know, right?
It's happened. Anyway, we strongly encourage you to be part of it. Oh, Cracker Jack jumped in my mouth. I'm talking my food in my mouth. All right. We need to. Do we need to check in on? Let me check something here right quick. Yep, still working on the trailer. Gotcha. All right.
Pumpkin pie is so good. Oh my gosh, did you try it?
I'm gonna try. I've been munching on it because it's got pumpkin, but it's mixed up with the bread pudding, and it's like really good.
I don't usually like pumpkin pie, but this is like
Sneeze. Okay. Apparently, I'm allergic to something. Definitely not pumpkin. But I just don't tickle me. Usually, I was like, don't sneeze, because I do like monster sneezes. It'll blow out the windows.
it has like this pumpkin-y. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like it's like a cinnamon pumpkin. It's like a really like strong pumpkin flavor, and then the pie crust is like super like soft and like kind of doughy.
Well, the bread pudding come over with the pumpkin is really good. I like that part. Stuffing's good too. All right. Now that we're both eating, did you have the did your label have the sodium nitrate?
Sodium nitrate. Yes.
Well, we're eating crap. All right, the things we do for you folks on the show. We ready to wrap up a little bit?
Yes, we are.
All right. Quarantinos is a winner from Vivian. Maya's asking where you got those. Maya, we got them at Walmart and Target.
Earl, no. Earl sent them to me, and then I sent it to you.
I'll have to talk to Earl to see if they're going to be offered at Walmart or Target.
Oh, there may be a purchase opportunity for these on our websites, because
Yes.
this is a real secret Easter egg right here.
You are correct.
Yes.
I am being another apparently surprised. I own the business and I'm being told about a feature of it all of a sudden by the peanut gallery over here. All right.
So we'll be giving you more details next week.
We will.
Yeah.
So y'all watch out for Quarantino's Thanksgiving dinner. And we'll have a fun thing with that. Apparently I'm going to learn about here after the show's off. We're having a conversation about this because I'm like, okay, who run what business? All right. I'm planning something with your mom, dude, against you. All right, everybody, let's check in one more time with the port backing up the trailer And have a great week.
Yay.
And share the show. We like lots of viewers, especially join us Monday.
Yes, yes.
Let's take a look. See.
You can see how this person's doing because this person is like Peter Griffin.
Yeah, if y'all know what to talk about, look up backing a boat trailer Family Guy. It's this poor guy, except for running the car into the lake. Oh, ain't he cute?